The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has filed an 8th-count criminal charge against the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, and 6 others over alleged drug trafficking. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, a head of regional administration in Ukraine, Gennady Lakuta, has announced that Russia has captured Kherson, a city south of Ukraine. Lakuta announced this in a telegram message on Thursday. He wrote, "The Russian occupiers are in all parts of the city and are very dangerous." Kherson city is an economic center and an important port on the Black Sea. With this confirmation from local officials, the Ukrainian city of Kherson becomes the first major urban center to fall since Russia invaded the country. At number 9, the federal government has ordered domestic airlines to reverse the hike in airfares. In a statement on Wednesday, the Executive Vice Chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Babatunde Irukera, said coordination in increasing prices is an unambiguous infringement of the FCCPA. The Commission maintained that the actions carried out by the airline operators of Nigeria amounted to price fixing, adding that detailed investigations revealed the airlines' move to be coordinated. In February this year, Nigerian airlines increased the cost of economy flight tickets for domestic routes to base fare of 50,000 naira, citing high cost of jet airfare, forex scarcity, double-digit inflation, increase in ground handling charges, cost of buying and importing spare parts as reasons for the increment. At number 8, a bill seeking to amend the 2022 Appropriation Act scaled second reading in the Senate on Wednesday. The bill, sponsored by the Senate leader Yahya Abdullahi, seeks to amend the 2022 budget by making provision in the sum of 106.16 billion naira for capital expenditures and 43.8 billion naira for recurrent, without increasing budget deficit. In a letter to the National Assembly, President Muhammadu Buhari had stressed the need for the removal of all capital projects that were replicated in the 2022 Appropriation Act. At number 7, the Nigeria Customs Service in Kebbi State has intercepted 723 kilograms of cannabis sativa worth 28.9 million naira. Kebbi State Customs Controller Joseph Atta said on Thursday that the item was seized by the gallant officers and men of the command on Kamba Bunsa Road based on credible intelligence. He said the contraband drugs were handed over to the state commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Peter Odaudu, in Benin Kebbi. At number 6, the National Industrial Court in Abuja has struck out a suit filed by the federal government against the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors. The suit, challenging NARD for embarking on industrial strike from June to September 2021, was slated for hearing in Thursday's proceeding. Joined as a co-claimant in the suit is the Federal Ministry of Health. However, when the case was called, neither the claimants nor their legal representatives were in court. At number 5, a state high court sitting in Osogbo, Osun State, has remanded the owner of Hilton Hotel and Resort, Ile-Ife, Dr. Rahman Adedoyin, over the alleged murder of Adegoke Timothy, a postgraduate student of OAU, pending the determination of his bail application. Adedoyin was arraigned alongside 6 of his hotel workers, identified as Adedeji Adeshola, Magdalene Chiefuna, Adeniyi Aderogba, Oluwole Lawrence, Oyetunde Kazim, and Adebayo Kunle. The defendant was docked on 11 counts of charge bordering on conspiracy, murder, altering of evidence, felony, indecent interference with the deceased body, among others. At number 4, Toyota has announced it will halt exports to Russia and production in the country, following various sanctions imposed on the European country for invading Ukraine. Toyota announced this in a statement on Thursday, adding that the sanctions affected logistics and supply chains. The company said Toyota is watching the ongoing developments in Ukraine with great concern for the safety of people of Ukraine and hopes for a safe return to peace as soon as possible. Toyota Motor Russia will stop production at its St. Petersburg plant from 4th of March and has stopped imports of vehicles until further notice due to supply chain disruptions. The decision came after Honda and Mazda announced the halt of exports to Russia, citing similar difficulties in procuring parts and logistical barriers. At number 3, France has directed all its citizens to leave Russia if their presence there was not essential following Moscow's invasion of Ukraine and the closure of airspace between Russia and the European Union. The French Foreign Ministry gave the directive in a statement on its website on Thursday. Part of the statement said, "In the context of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia and following the imposition of international sanctions, we must increase our vigilance." At number 2, Airpeace Airlines says it has deployed its aircraft to evacuate Nigerians stranded in Europe following the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Airpeace spokesman Stanley Olisa made this known in a statement in Lagos State on Thursday. He said this is the first batch of Nigerians to be evacuated since the war broke out. The aircraft departed Nigeria at 2:20 a.m. today, March 3, 2022, for Warsaw, Poland. Recall that the federal government engaged Airpeace and Max Air to evacuate over 2,000 Nigerian nationals from neighboring countries with Ukraine, such as Poland, Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia. Finally, at number 1, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has filed an 8-count criminal charge against the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, and 6 others over alleged drug trafficking. The suit marked FHC/Abuja/52/2022 was filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Thursday. The other defendants in the charge are 4 members of the Police Intelligence Response Team, ACP Sunday J. Ubia, ASP Bawa James, Inspector Simon Agirigba, and Inspector John Nuhu, as well as 2 alleged drug traffickers that were arrested at the Akanu Ibiam International Airport in Enugu State, Chibuna Patrick Umeibe and Emeka Alphonsus Ezenwanne. NDLEA's action comes barely 24 hours after the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, approved the request for Kyari to be extradited to the United States of America to face trial over his alleged involvement with an internet fraudster, Raymond Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.